New tonight, a high-tech warming blanket is being made in Grand Rapids for the U.S. military. The inventors were testing the blankets for the Army in Alaska when the training convoy got into a serious crash last month. 13 on your side's Nick Nelson spoke with the owner of the company, how the blankets help to save lives. Nick.
Yeah, Alliant Biotech is a veteran-led medical device company in Grand Rapids. In the last few years, they've begun to manufacture these unique warming blankets for troops in cold environments. They proved to be very effective during a recent emergency in Alaska.
The Marine Corps has already adopted it and it's in full use, and now the Army and Air Force are looking at it.
Brian McGuire is touting the success of this hypothermic warming blanket, which is set to be used by several branches of the U.S. military. McGuire recently returned from a field training exercise with the Army in Alaska. However, no one could have predicted the emergency the convoy would find itself in.
The convoy, the day before training started, on their way up to Fairbanks from Anchorage, it was severe weather, and they were in a head-on collision with a civilian vehicle. They remembered that they had this hypothermia prevention blanket back in the trailer, so they went and grabbed 3 of those from the trailer and plugged it into the battery and powered them up right away and started to keep the patients warm right there on site.
Once emergency workers arrived, they were astounded by how the victims were able to stay warm.
When the Alaskan EMT folks came, they asked the Army guys, where in the world did you get this from? So we left some samples with them to use, as well as with the fire department in Fairbanks.
Pasa Bui helped develop the technology from a similar German invention a few years ago. He walked us through how the blanket works.
There's coils running through the entire device, so this right here is positive and negative terminals, and you have a set of coils running through the entire device, meaning that when it turns on, it warms the entire device top to bottom. So there's really not a single corner in this blanket that doesn't heat up.
McGuire says this is the only blanket of its kind being manufactured for troops in the U.S. He says he's proud it originated right here in West Michigan.
Our blanket outperformed all of the competition, which is why the Department of Defense is switching over to this, and we're just really proud to manufacture this right here in Grand Rapids.
Now, the convoy drivers did receive serious injuries, but everyone is expected to survive. Juliet?
Nick, thank you.